What's up, everyone? You're very welcome along to Friday night's late night agenda. I'm your host Craig, and as always, you're very welcome along to tonight's show. This is your show, ladies and gentlemen. You let me know what you want to talk about. I can see you've already made use of the brand new Premier League emoji that members have. Well done. I can see a few of them on the screen there. Great to be back after a couple of days off. The Reds are, of course, not in action until next weekend, so look, we'll do our best to fill the evening, and there are a few things for us to get through. Obviously, Mr. Klopp picked up an award, a few other bits and bobs as well. We've got a little bit of breaking news, nothing regarding Liverpool, so don't get your hopes up regarding the transfer or anything like that, but we've a bit of Anfield agenda breaking news that we can give you guys a little bit later on in the show as well. But look, let me start off by saying a few hellos to everybody. Dave Sweeney, Willow Moore, and John Hamilton, Rob, Scotty, Vinny, who's the new member, by the way. Welcome, Vinny. Great to have you with us. Robert Hardy as well. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC to both of you guys. Bernadette Farrell's in the house as well. How are you? The Dugout Football channel is in. I had the pleasure of going over and having a chat with Doug actually yesterday on his channel, so please do go over and check that out. We chatted all things Liverpool. All things Liverpool. Craig, get your shit together, man. Get it together. You're only on here a couple of minutes, mate. You're fucking up already. How are we all? Timo Werner, said Shay, with those eyes. No, I don't know, mate. I don't know. We'll talk about that if you want. I mean, it's your show. We can talk about whatever the hell you guys want. Oliver Smith said, do you think Ralph Hasenhüttl deserved Premier League Manager of the Month and not Klopp? It's difficult, isn't it, Oliver? Because you're talking about Klopp, who won every single game. And while a manager wins every single game each month, it is difficult. I mean, I'm a fan of Hasenhüttl and the way he sets his teams up. I think, I said this to Connor the other day, actually. I enjoy watching Southampton play. Did I hear about Philip Schofield on this morning? I did. Philip Schofield, of course, came out and said that he is a proud gay man, and rightly so. That's not really my place to talk about or something we really need to discuss on here. But as always, I'll just quickly touch on it by saying that I want people to be happy. I want there to be more love in the world. And if this makes Mr. Schofield and his family happy, then look, have at it. I just want people to be happy, and I want there to be love in the world, and that's basically it. I don't really have much to talk about on this one. Harrison said I had an ad before the stream started. Good man, Harrison. I hope you watched it as well, mate. Getting the ka-ching. Do you know what I mean, mate? I hope you watched the ad. It was a pleasure to chat with you, said Doug. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure to chat about the Reds with anyone. So look, how about I start this off with a little something tonight, and I say congratulations to Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen? Who the fuck is Jurgen? I'm just gonna go now. Is that alright? I'll just leave you to it, because I'm making an absolute balls of this one. Jurgen, you know your man Jurgen? Jurgen Klopp has broken another Premier League record, ladies and gentlemen, by being named the Manager of the Month for a record-breaking 5th time already. He's won the January award, and as I said, that is a record-breaking 5th time, and who's to say that he won't win a lot more? There's plenty of the season left to go, and the way the Reds are playing, you never know. Keep setting these records though, so congratulations to Jurgen on that award, and I'm sure, look, it's difficult to keep up at this rate, isn't it? It's difficult to keep up with the records that these Reds are setting, smashing them one after another. You got it every day. You're checking up, saying, what record? Am I missing a record? Is there something I haven't spoken about? But yeah, congratulations to Jurgen Klopp. Very, very well deserved, and hopefully we continue to keep winning and he continues to pick up these awards, and everything's tickety-boo. Love a bit of a Jurgen. Yeah, Jurgen, he's great, man, Jurgen. Me and Jurgen are like this, besties. Where did you get this content from? It's amazing. Thank you so much, mate. Where do we get the content from? I don't fucking know, mate. Honestly, we are who we are, Harry. We just come on, have a little news roundup, talk about Liverpool. I mean, the real fun comes when the Reds are in action, mate. You know what I mean? When we're doing watchalongs and stuff like that. I thought there were no ads. Keep up, V8, mate. Keep up. Those ads went on ages ago, buddy. That just goes to show how few you're getting now. No, the ads will turn back on ages ago, mate. Shameless at this point, we are. Shameless. What do I think about the rumours of Messi wanting to leave Barca? It's already been put to bed, Angela, believe it or not. So yeah, it had been, as you'd seen, there'd been loads of talk about Leo Messi, stuff around Eric Abidal as well, maybe a little bit of a fallout there at Barcelona. But it's come out in Sky, a few other people are saying that apparently now he's going to stay. I mean, you had the 24 hours where everyone was like, oh, I'll have Messi, we'll have Messi. Barca will leave, we'll have Messi. Manchester City will have Messi. Liverpool will have Messi. United will have Messi. So I think even Eddie Howe was having a little joke about it and saying he'll have Messi at Bournemouth. Look, he'll probably stay at Barcelona. He's 32 years of age. There is that clause believed to be in his contract that means that he can walk at the end of the season, but if I'm being cynical, and I am a cynical bastard, ladies and gentlemen, I'm, angling maybe for a new deal or an improved deal, something like that, maybe trying to give the club a bit of a wake-up call about transfers, things along those lines, and I am very, very cynical about these things usually. Kyle said, I know you're probably not arsed about transfers at the moment, Craig, but who would you like in the summer? Buddy, I am a transfer whore. I'm always happy to talk about transfers, Kyle. Timo Werner, I think Shane mentioned Timo earlier on. He's the one that I think... I suppose we should put this into some perspective, shouldn't we? We should talk about what's coming, or who's coming and who's going. So let's look at what's here at the moment. We all know that it looks like Adam Lallana will probably move on. His contract is up at the end of the season, and there's no shortage of clubs that have shown interest in Adam Lallana. Earlier on today, I'd seen Arsenal, I'd seen West Ham, I'd seen Spurs, but apparently the leading contenders for Adam Lallana seems to be Leicester City and his former gaffer. He was brought into the club, of course, by Brendan Rodgers in 2014 at Liverpool, and I keep getting distracted with that Premier League emoji. It's just so fucking beautiful. It distracts me. And they seem to be the front runners, apparently, for Adam Lallana's signature. Now, of course, he can leave on a free. His contract's up at the end of the season, so there is that. Then I'd read today that there's a lot of talk as well about Adrian apparently signing for Real Betis in the summer, a club who he previously played for as well. So maybe that's where all this Ergkan Kakir talk has come from. The Trabzonspor goalkeeper whose name had been mentioned so much over the past 12 months or so. So maybe that's where that talk has come from. Maybe Kakir is going to come in and Adrian moves on. I don't know. I have no idea on this one. It's just something that I read earlier on. And as we do know, he is very fond of Real Betis. And something I've always said about footballers is whether it be Adam Lallana, whether it be Simon Mignolet when he moved on, or whether it be Adrian, they get to a certain age where you just want to play. You want to play football, and Adrian knows he's going to be back up to Alisson Becker. Like, there's no two ways about that. So he knows he's going to be back up, so maybe he just wants to move on, and I will never be critical of a footballer who wants to go and play. Never. The other options then, I suppose, if Lallana moves on, do we bring somebody in? Well, no for me, and I think no for a couple of you guys in the chat as well, from what I've read, because we already have somebody there to take Lallana's spot. I am, of course, talking about Curtis Jones. What a baller this lad is. So, for me, immediately, Lallana moves on, then that place is taken by Curtis Jones. Then you look at the player we've already brought in, Takumi Minamino, and then you're looking at maybe somebody like Shaqiri, who's been rumoured to move on towards Italy perhaps in the summer. Is Takumi Minamino a replacement for him? Or do we go out and get somebody else? I still think I'd like another forward. If we lose Lallana, Curtis Jones is there, brilliant. If we lose Shaqiri, we have Minamino, but I'd still like somebody else. So for me, this is where Timo Werner would come into this type of conversation. That's for me. I'd like Timo Werner. I think we've a good relationship with Leipzig. I think he's suited to play anywhere across our front three. Of course, he plays through the centre normally, but he did start his career off as a wide forward as well. Looking through the squad, who was Dejan Lovren could perhaps move on in the summer. I would suggest he probably will move on in the summer. What do we do there? Now, that's an interesting conversation. Is it, do we go and bring in another centre-back, or do we look to Sepp van den Berg, who had a very, very good performance in the FA Cup, I should say, against Shrewsbury. Kylian Hoover as well coming through. So we have options there as well. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. I mean, it's very easy for us to say, let's go out and get X, Y, and Z. And it's very easy for me to sit here and justify from a financial perspective because Liverpool are in such a good place. But we're also in a good place with regards to our youth development, and that's important to remember. The players like Curtis Jones who were knocking on the door, the players like Kylian Hoover, the players like Neco Williams, they all deservedly have got themselves to this point right on the precipice or the cusp of first team football. So I think it's right that we see how they develop as well and not just be very gung-ho about going and dipping into the market. Jurgen Klopp will do what he believes is best, and at this rate I think he's earned that trust from all of us, because himself, Michael Edwards, the recruitment team, and of course Neil Critchley and the coaching team, they're doing fucking wonders, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing absolute wonders. This club is in an amazing place right now. Grujic as well, Jay. Yeah, spot on, mate. Grujic to come back from Hertha as well, which, you know, could give Fabinho a bit of competition for places there as well. Excuse me. Let's not forget that Pedro Chirivella's contract as well. He was very impressive against Shrewsbury. His contract is up at the end of the season, so he'll most likely move on as well. Kleiny as well. People are saying there, yeah, Kleiny will move on. But Neco Williams is there. The left back situation is the interesting one. We have Adam Lewis, excuse me. We have Larouci. Is that enough? it's not really for me to say, is it? I don't know. If I was to push my humble opinion on this, I would like us to dip in. I don't think that either of those guys are ready just yet to provide the level of cover that we might need. Young Neco Williams looks like he's absolutely ready to come in and provide cover if and when Trent needs a rest to be rotated, particularly after a pre-season, more training with Klopp. I mean, he looks absolutely custom made to come in and slot in that right back spot if we need cover. What else we got? Let's not forget by next season those youth players will be training with the first team in the all-new facility in Kirby as well, said John. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And another pre-season under their belt. And whatever game time they get between now and the end of the season as well. Can you imagine the kids' progression even further when they're at Bernadette? Exactly. I mean, the level of coaching that they're getting as well, and the players, the calibre of footballers that they're working with, week in, week out, day in, day out, it'll only get better. I need a drink. I've got a frog in my throat. Still getting over this flu, ladies and gentlemen. Still getting over this damn cold. I can't hear a thing. I can't hear an actual thing at the moment. My ears are so clogged up. What else we got? We have Trent, Kylian, Hoover and Neco said VA. What's the news with GINI? The talk is that GINI wijnaldum is going to sign a new deal. That's what everybody believes right now, when we're just at the point where we're just waiting for an announcement of the team. So I would imagine that GINI wijnaldum will sign a new contract at the club, from what I've been reading and from what we're led to believe. It's just a matter of when and not if. That's what it's looking like anyway. Stannis Rex said, loving the new emojis. Well, they're all thanks to Mr. Connor Crosby, who designs and makes all the emojis for our members to use. So please have at it. If you're a member, welcome. And if you're not a member, welcome as well, of course. We need a goal hanging forward for set pieces. We're pretty fucking good at set pieces, Uncle Grinder. I don't have the stats off the top of my head, but we're pretty effective from set pieces, mate. I don't know if a goal hanging forward would be that influential for us on set pieces, but again, it's a topic of conversation, buddy, that of course we're all here to have a chat, so maybe somebody in the chat there can give us their opinion on that as well. Jamal Lewis from Norwich is left back, said Phil Lindsay. Will be overpowered in 3 years. The young lads will be unbelievable, said Double G. You don't need your ears, you have all big ears. Exactly, Connor, exactly. Right, look, there's a little bit of Anfield agenda news that I want to get out there as well. We have been talking behind the scenes with a company that I'm sure you guys have probably heard of. If you haven't, check them out. We're proud to say that from the Norwich game moving forward, all of Anfield Agenda's content is also going to be available via Hot Mic. And by content, I mean watch-alongs and stuff like that. So if you don't know what Hot Mic is, let me talk you through it. Hot Mic is an app that allows you to sync my commentary or any of your favourite commentators' commentary to the live game that you're watching. It's done by your phone. Your phone listens to your TV and syncs the commentary up with the television, along with, let's just say, for argument's sake, my commentary of a Liverpool game. It's a really exciting new product. The Red Men are already working with it. Anfield Rap are already working with it. And now yours truly is going to be working with it as well. And of course, Connor, I say yours truly because it's going to be my voice that you're going to hear. So this is a free app that everybody's going to be able to download. It's on the Google Play Store. It's on the Apple Market as well. Or excuse me, the iTunes. So I'm getting ahead of myself here. So look, I want you guys to go and check it out. I'm really looking forward to doing this. It's not going to change anything on here. All of our commentary is going to be exactly as it is on here. This is just going to be another way for you guys to listen. Because you've heard us before to say, sync us up at your television. You've heard me say that before. Why go off and listen to boring commentary when you can get our commentary on here? And people have said that it's a bit difficult at times to sync up to the TV and stuff. So when we heard of this product, Hot Mic, and then they came to us and had a chat, myself and Connor had a conference call today with the guys from Hot Mic, and we finally signed off and said, you know what, let's do it. Let's go and work with these guys. And I'm fucking really looking forward to it. I have to say, there's no barriers. I can curse, I can say cunt, I can do what I want. It's great, and I'm really looking forward to it. All of the games that we do that are televised are going to be on Hot Mic as well. It's free for you, it's free for us, it's a win-win. So if you like listening to our commentary and you don't like boring commentary on television, then check out the Hot Mic app. Wait for our profile. We're going to get you guys to come subscribe to us over there as well. And hopefully you'll be able to enjoy Anfield Agenda's unfiltered commentary for all Liverpool games moving forward. And let's not forget as well, ladies and gents, with the launch of our second channel, Crack On, and the fact that we're going to be covering non-Liverpool games as well from the summer, you're going to get use of us on there on both sets, so that's just a win-win, hopefully. Cameron said, Craig's commentary on Sky coverage. Exactly. That's what it's all about, mate. Do you remember the old good old fan zone stuff? Well, it's like that, only on steroids. So you're going to get to have us perfectly synced to your individual television. So what you do is the app listens to whatever, whether it be your computer, your television, whatever it is that you're watching the game on. The app, you press a button on the app, it listens to the screen and syncs. So our commentary will go right in sync with your commentary of your television or your device or whatever it is you're watching the game on. And if you have a sound bar at home or anything like that, then you can automatically sync our commentary up to play through that as well. And it's a free app. It's a win, win, win. There are a lot of people using it already. We're lucky. We're getting in quite early on. And we hope to establish ourselves on there as well. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. There ain't no watch-along like an Anfield Agenda watch-along, because it's fucking different. And I hope you guys will support us on there as well. It won't change anything on here. It's beautiful because it will sync perfectly with what we do. So you're going to get our YouTube coverage as always. But this is a little something extra that you guys can do if you want to watch us on a bigger screen, or you want to just sync us up to your Sky, your BT, your beIN Sport, whatever it is that you guys use to watch the games. And I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it. We're probably going to do our post-match shows on there as well. But if you're a YouTube follower for us, nothing changes. You can still come on here, still watch us on here, still do everything on here, but this is just another option for people. And I'm really, really excited about it. I really, really am. How the fuck does it even work, Benjamin? It's so easy, mate. I was watching videos. I was asking these very same questions earlier on. So let's say you've got your phone right now. The game is on, and I'm talking away, and I'm 20 seconds above or in front or below of your commentary. You press this button, it listens to your television or your screen, and it will sync up my commentary. So you'll go in, select a game that you want to watch, or you want commentators on, and then you'll have a whole list of commentators. So say there's Red Men, there's us, the Anfield Rap, whoever it might be, and you pick which one you want to listen to. Of course, in this case, it'll be Anfield Agenda, and then you click on that, and you're straight synced up to our commentary. Boom, there you go. There are no promo codes or anything like that, ladies and gentlemen, because we aren't quite there just yet. We only signed off on it today. So when we have further information, when we have a link, when we have a profile, when we have everything like that ready and good to go, we will, of course, let you guys know about it. And it is 100% free for everyone, for everybody, for us and for you. It's class. I'm really looking forward to it. The days of boring commentary are over, ladies and gentlemen. The days of dull, mind-numbing, completely unbiased commentary are over. If you're a Liverpool fan right now, then this is it. This is where you get to hear us screaming down the television. Craig calling referees a cunt left, right and centre. GINI wijnaldum song being belted out at the drop of a hat. I'm so excited about it. It is a product that, as somebody who does this stuff, I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for a long time. I'd heard murmurings about it. I'd heard a few people that were talking about using it, but when they approached us and we sat down and talked to them, it just seems like a seamless fit. And as my old mate McGregor, who I don't really know, says, when it comes to us and hot mic motherfuckers, we ain't here to take part. You know the rest. We're here to fucking take over. Anfield Agenda are going to own this shit. So we're going to love your support on there as well, ladies and gentlemen. So look, let's get back into the show. What do you fuckers want to talk about? I say fuckers in the most loving, humble, beautiful way, of course. It's just the way I go on about things. Fuck Martin Tyler and all those clowns. Their days are numbered, mate. You know what I mean? The real boys are coming now. The fan commentary is where it's at. Look, if you've watched their watch-alongs, it's probably the reason why you're here. It's probably why you're watching right now. So I hope you'll join us over there as well. I hope you'll stick with us on YouTube. A bright future ahead for Anfield Agenda. There was talk that in May we could have been packing up, remember? It was only a week or two ago we were talking about maybe May, the channel ended. Well, thankfully, Mrs. Holden gave us the nod, and Craig then went a little bit cheeky and said, alright, Sabrina, appreciate the fact you're letting us carry on. By the way, love, we're also going to be dropping the second channel in the summer. Uh-oh, you're going to see even less of your husband. And she went, alright, that's a good thing, actually. Yeah, fuck you, Baldy. So there you go. There you go. Right, what have we got? Good to see you looking so well, pal. Keep up the good work, said Dylan. I'm fucking smothering with a cold, mate, but I'm so hyped up. It's been a great few days for us. Yeah, Anfield Agenda's gone strength to strength this season because of your love and support, ladies and gentlemen. Look at those numbers. 34,000. I watched the Barcelona stream. I watched the highlights again of our reaction to the Barcelona game. And we were at 14,000 subscribers. And that was only in, April? And now look at us. 20,000 subscribers further along because of your support. And that means the fucking world to us, so thank you. What else we got? Who do you think we should go for in the summer? I just said that a few minutes ago, mate. For me, I'm all on the Timo Werner bus. I'd seen some stuff about Kai Havertz actually, and I don't know if you guys had seen Michael Ballack talking about Kai Havertz, and his advice to Kai Havertz was to will it work with radio commentary? No, mate. That just doesn't. Yeah, I know you're on a wind up there, but how the fuck would that possibly work? Anyway, his advice to Kai Havertz was to stay at Leverkusen for the time being and develop there. He reckoned that it was good for himself personally, Michael Ballack, in his career when he stayed at Leverkusen before making that bigger move. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Kai Havertz is going to move on in the summer. I don't think Liverpool is going to be his destination. I've been saying that for a while. GTA 5 clips. Where is that chair from? It's from a wonderful company, mate, called Serendipity Furniture. They're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. It's run by a family, and Paul and Beth are absolutely fantastic at what they do. These chairs all come with a structural guarantee, a guarantee on the leather. They come with, this one in particular has the Liver Bird on it and my family's surname embroidered onto the chair as well. So if you do make contact with them, mate, just let them know that we sent you over and they'll give you a discount. Connor said, we hit 20k during the Norwich game at the start of the season and we've nearly doubled since then. That's mental. Excuse me, what record is Klopp setting? He's won the Manager of the Month a record 5 times, mate, in one season, which is a record. And there's still time to go, so he could increase that even more. There's the link. John Hamilton, you're an absolute legend, sir. Thank you. He's put the link into Serendipity Furniture's Facebook page if anyone wants to have a click. Will hot mic sync up as I watch little dots move around the live score tracker? 100%, mate. Defo work. Did you hear this, fella? What have we got? We need very little this summer, said Brian, and I agree. And it's not something that is easy to come on here and say, is it? Like, it's not easy to know that we've got Nike coming in and to know that we have money in the bank and to know that Liverpool are an attractive club, both from a perspective of the crowd, the stadium, the manager, the other players, the finances, the prestige, the trophies, and then to sit here and say that we don't need too much. But we don't, you know. Brian's right, we don't need too much. A little Timo Werner, you never know. We'll see who moves on, if anybody moves on. But yeah, I mean, I actually believe Klopp when he said it's very hard to improve what's already here. And we're seeing that played out as the season goes on. Chris said, can you see England using Trent midfield? No, they should keep him at right back, mate. So should we. But look, I'll be brutally honest about it. I couldn't give a shiny shit about the English national team, mate. With all due love and respect, I hope you guys do well and all, but I just want Trent back safe. You know what I mean? I want Trent back without any injuries. That's the only concern I have with any of our players when they go on international duty to any country. Do I like the new Robbo song? I don't know if I've heard it. Mate. I've been Moby for the last few days. I've been pretty much asleep. Malcontent said, if we sign anybody in the summer, it'll probably be left field rather than a household name, except possibly Timo Werner. And Patbot said, the reason we don't need too many is WFM. It's because we're fucking massive. And you're right, Patbot, mate. Look, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you to everyone that signed up to our memberships. It's because of these little things that we're able to keep all of our content free. So whether you're an Anfield Agenda FC member, an Anfield Agenda Ultra member, thank you so much. There's loads more exciting stuff coming your way. We've got merch coming out as well at some point over the next few months. All of our members will get discounts on that merch as well. If you want to sign up and become a member of Anfield Agenda, there are 2 ways of doing it. We've got a 99p or a 99-cent membership, which is the cheapest one. It's the cheapest way we could possibly do it. It's the cheapest one we're allowed to do. And what that gets you is what you can see there. Let's take an example of Bernadette Farrell. So Bernadette Farrell's name, as you can see, is in green. Bernadette has the Anfield Agenda logo beside her name. That logo right now is bronze. When Bernadette's here with us 2 months, that logo will become silver. When Bernadette's a member for 4 months, that will become gold. And when Bernadette's a member for 6 months, that will become the sexy ass red Anfield Agenda logo. You also get use of all the cool emojis that Connor has designed, whether that be the new Premier League emoji that we just dropped today, the Klopp emoji, the Craig bald head emoji, the Virgil van Dijk emoji, the Mo Salah emoji, the WFM, the El Capitan one that's on the way. We've got loads more stuff coming. You get all of that for 99p a month as well. On top of that, if you want to become an Anfield Agenda Ultra member, that's $4.99 a month, and that also gets you access to our special Discord group, which we use as a sounding board, really. We use to get your opinions, or we will be using more going forward, about the future of the channel, and it's a way that we keep in contact with our members as well when we're not online and we're not streaming, And we've got loads of people signed up to that recently as well. So thank you so much for all your love and support. And importantly, and I always want to point this out, if you can't sign up, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be free. We're going to be reading your comments out. We're going to be doing our best. This is just something that, instead of having, say, a Patreon or something like that, this is something that we thought we'd go ahead with instead, because it doesn't put any barriers up between us and you guys, or us and people who either don't want to or aren't in a position to become members. So either way, it's all tickety-boo, ladies and gents, and we love every single one of you motherfuckers. Vinny with the fucking emoji, love it, pal. Connor said, putting a lot of pressure on Bernadette to stay a member there. I know, it felt really bad as I was going through, like saying, and when Bernadette's here, 6 months. Connor said, the Champions League trophy, the El Capitan and the Si Senor are the next 3 emojis that are going to be up, so there you go. Don't worry, Bernadette, no pressure whatsoever, mate. But you know what I mean? You are the fucking sounding board now for all Anfield Agenda members. So, you know, there is that, Bernadette. Adam Whitehead said, just had to use the champion or the Premier League trophy emoji. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea versus Liverpool in the 5th round of the FA Cup. I'm sure you guys have probably heard about this, but if you haven't, the game will be played on Tuesday, the 3rd of March at 7:45 PM UK time, and it will be live on the BBC as well, so it'll be free for everybody to watch, which is brilliant. What team will be put out against Chelsea? Heaven knows. What team will Frank Lampard put out? Heaven knows. But what we can say for certain is that those young Reds got us there. They beat Shrewsbury 1-0 and put us into the 5th round of the FA Cup. Is the treble on? What are your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Is it too early? Am I shooting my load a little bit too early here, or is the treble on? And what a treble it would be as well. I mean, I know, just humour me for a second. I know it's a long way to go, but breaking 101 points in the Premier League, retaining the Champions League trophy, and potentially adding it now in the FA Cup, filth. Just filth, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine it? The Manx, they couldn't scurry away quick enough. Talking about that treble for God knows how long. And look, I'm not saying we're going to do it. It'll take an awful lot to do it, and there's a long, long, long way to go. But fuck me, we can dream about it, can't we? Why not? What a time it is to be a Liverpool fan, said the Cop Council. Absolutely, Connor. It really is, mate. I need to have another drink. I'm so sorry about this, ladies and gents. I probably shouldn't have streamed, you know, but I missed you fuckers, so I wanted to come on for a chat. If City don't sign Messi, Pep will probably go to Juventus. Well, Messi's staying at Barcelona, Kate, by the looks of things, my friend. And I am interested to see what happens if Guardiola doesn't win the Champions League this season with Manchester City. Sorry, I got distracted by somebody saying Lallana to Leicester. We touched on that a little bit earlier on, mate, in the stream. Who was it? Let me just scroll back up. Joe. Yeah, we mentioned that a little bit earlier on, mate. It does seem like Leicester and Brendan Rodgers are the front runners to bring Adam Lallana to the King Power Stadium in the summer. His contract at Liverpool does expire, and he is a free agent. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that one. Treble is on its way. We'll do it, said Ian. Dugout said Adrian, Milner, Lovren, Matip, Williams, Fabinho, Lallana, Jones, Minamino, Origi and Shaqiri would be the team that Doug would put out against Chelsea. It's really difficult, Doug, isn't it, in these situations, because the managers are almost second guessing how strong the opposition are going to go. I mean, when you're playing Everton, it's grand. You just throw out the kids and you know the kids will batter Everton's first team and it's all good. But when you go away to Stamford Bridge against a decent football team, it's a little slide dig there, Craig, sticking the boot into the bitters. You kind of have to second guess at how strong Frank Lampard will go. He's going to probably want to try and win a trophy in his first season with Chelsea as their manager. So, I don't know, mate. I might go a little bit stronger than the team that you've suggested there. I think there's... Is it Bournemouth who we have coming up after that game? I think that then leaves us 4 days to recover, I think, before that game. It's an amazing time we can talk about the treble, and it's plausible, said Liz. Absolutely, Liz. It is plausible, very much so. It's exciting as fuck, isn't it? It really is exciting to talk about it. I'm lit up here, honestly. I'm absolutely flying. Apparently, Maurizio Sarri could get sacked from Juventus. Look, there's some clubs I just don't understand why managers go there. Real Madrid, Barcelona, not so much Juve, to be fair, because they did have Allegri there for quite a while, but why go? Chelsea as well. Chelsea don't seem to keep managers that long, but in, I suppose, a lot of these cases it has ended up with success for the clubs. But if you're a manager, for me, sorry, I'd much rather go somewhere where I think I'm going to get a chance to build and I'm going to get a chance to put something together. Guardiola said Messi will end his career at Barcelona. Didn't he not want to go back? Was it Newell's Old Boys? Is that not where Messi started? I was sure I'd seen somewhere. Is it Newell's Old Boys? Whatever club he started with, I think that's where he wants to go and end his career. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC to CJ992X, the newest member. Buddy, welcome. Papot said, Craig, I have a couple of mates here with me that agree Jones could take Lallana's place. And you can put me in with your mates there, Pat. I agree as well. I think Curtis Jones is tailor-made to come in and take Adam Lallana's place. And he's earned it. He's earned it. Absolutely earned it through his performances. The guy's a baller, without a shadow of a doubt. Connor reckons we should go full strength minus maybe 4 or 5 for the Chelsea game. That's kind of where I am as well, buddy. I'm kind of 50-50, like 50% kids, 50% established. Capo said we should buy Timo Werner this summer, forget Mbappe. Invincible is looking good, said Casper. Let's be honest about this. Now, come on, I want you fuckers to be honest with me. Give me a thumbs up if you're genuinely thinking about being invincible this season. Or give me a thumbs down if you're like me and you haven't let that thought entertain that thought just yet. For me, it's too early. It's a little bit too early. What's this? No way he's a really bald head. I don't know what the fuck that's about, mate. Sorry, you've lost me. I would like to try and sign Kevin De Bruyne. There's no way we would, mate, but what a player he is. What a player De Bruyne is. Right. It looks like a lot of you fuckers are dreaming already. I like it. Balls out here. Good stuff. Alex believes. Joshua, Tiernan, Scotty, Kieran, Danelle, Craig Crosby. Bagsy's like me. Little bit fingers crossed. John believes as well. Angela believes. Stephen believes. I love it. I love it. Joanne's like me. He's just a little bit not sure yet. Bernadette believes. Malcontent. David Newell's on our bus as well. Me and Joanne's bus. Stephen Brady's on that bus with us. I think most of you guys think it's on. You know what? I'm an optimist at times. I could be a cynical fucker as well, but I think for me the marker might be the Manchester City game, you know. If we get up to and past that Manchester City game, then I think maybe I'll start to think about an invincible season. But until then, I have to be honest, I can't bring myself to do it. I'm fully convinced we're breaking 101 points. I've been convinced of that for a long time, but I don't know, the invincible thing. If we broke 101 points for me, I would rather that. Honestly, hand on heart, I've said it all season, I would rather us just have the highest points total of any team in Premier League history. But if you can do that with that little sexy golden trophy at the end of it, ooh, I don't know, ladies and gents. Maybe I'm a pussy. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just not afraid. Or maybe I'm just too afraid to allow myself to believe that just yet. Connor reckons it depends on our Champions League run. There's no trophy for going unbeaten. You get a gold Premier League trophy. A gold Premier League trophy, Mr. Morrissey. Do you know what I mean? There is a little bit of a trophy for going unbeaten, mate. We'll only need to draw against City to stay invincible, said John. Hendo passing is a lot better than De Bruyne at times. He's English and he plays so he's underrated. Look, Hendo, Bagsy, that's a conversation we're going to get on to in a few minutes, mate. Don't you worry about that, sir. Jordan El Capitan Henderson deserves a little segment on the show. Casper said, if we got 109 points, is Klopp better than Pep? It's really hard to judge these metrics, mate, isn't it? Because how do you judge one manager against another? Is it purely on trophies? Is it how far that they've come with the club that they're at? Is it how much money they've spent? I mean, let's look at it from one perspective here. Jurgen Klopp has spent just over 100 million net at Liverpool since he's been here, in the last 5 years or so. Whereas I think Pep Guardiola spent 600 odd million, from what I remember, net. I think it was Joel Rabinowitz. Wrote a great article about this recently. You judge them on trophies, in which case you have to say Pep Guardiola has won a shit ton of trophies. Yeah, it's a difficult one. It really is. All I can say is there is no manager that I would rather have at Liverpool Football Club than Jurgen Norbert Klopp. None. There isn't one. Nowhere in the world. I wouldn't replace him with anyone. And that speaks volumes for me, for my opinion, about this club. Manchester City fans would no doubt look at Pep Guardiola and say, I wouldn't swap Pep for anybody in the world. Why the fuck would they? He's won them a shitload of trophies. So it's difficult, but I tell you what, you're talking about two world-class managers there. Whatever way you think about it, if you think Pep's a checkbook manager, whatever, you can't deny that the man wins trophies. You can't deny the impact that Pep Guardiola has had on English football. I mean, that's something from you or from Twitter that I'm sure a lot of you guys get, but Yeah, they're class. They're both really great managers, let's be fair about it. Justin the Wood said, I can see Liverpool doing a treble this season if no injuries. 30 years of hurt, we deserve that gold Premier League. Man U beat City twice at the empty head, just saying, said Malcontent. If records and stats are to be broken, let it be us, said Brian Kelly. Donnell said, Klopp is better than Pep. I've never seen Pep build a team like Klopp has. Yes, there is that as well. I suppose, look, I like to be fair. I like to give my honest opinion. And I will never be one of these people who calls Pep a ball fraud. Never. I have too much respect for the man. You might say that he goes to clubs that are set up to win. That's fair enough, but he doesn't half play an entertaining side of football as well, Pep Guardiola. Let's give him credit. And you speak to any managers, they speak very highly. I think we can be hypocrites at times. So let's take Guardiola as an example. You will never see any other manager not have a glowing reference or good things to say about him. So when we say about Jordan Henderson, and let's move the conversation, I suppose, in that direction. My defence of Jordan Henderson for a very long time, before it became fashionable to like Jordan Henderson, was to look at any manager he's ever worked with. Gareth Southgate, his manager, was it Steve Bruce when he was at Sunderland, Jurgen Klopp obviously, Brendan Rodgers. They all speak glowingly about him. And that lets us know that he has the mindset to be a leader, that he deserves his spot and deserves the great things that are coming his way. Kind of Guardiola's the same thing. From the outside, we might have an impression of him, but managers who know their shit speak really, really highly of Guardiola. So I've never been somebody who would ever belittle Pep Guardiola. I wouldn't swap him for Klopp, though. I can say that for certain. I wouldn't swap him for Klopp. What have we got? Neil said he'd take a double over being invincible. Dave Sweeney said Messi came from Newell's Old Boys in 2000. There you go. I thought he'd said somewhere that he wanted to end his career back there. Vinny O'Brien said Pep always had an empty checkbook. He does play them well, alright. Yeah, look, there is... Somebody has to manage these clubs. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I've always looked at it. I mean, that used to be thrown at Mourinho as well, but somebody has to go manage those clubs, and somebody has to manage the egos of the bigger players at them clubs as well. That's not an easy thing to do. You have to have a manager with a very strong personality and mentality and belief in his own ability to be able to walk in there and manage multi-million-pound footballers, you know? So you got to give him credit for that as well. Excuse me. Mourinho, did Mourinho shave his head? Have I missed this, by the way? Because somebody was talking about this earlier on. Capo said there as well, Mourinho bald head. Did he? Fair play to him. Welcome to the club, Jose, if that's the case. Welcome. You'll never go back, mate. You'll never go back, Jose. If you've gone bald, buddy, you'll never go back. Hendo's like Millie, 101% every game, said Kate. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. I mean, again, how great was it to see James Milner at Anfield, watching and cheering on and encouraging those younger players in that game against Shrewsbury. It speaks volumes for the man. I'm so happy that we got James Milner at this football club when we did, because if my memory's right, I think he turned down more money at Manchester City to come to Liverpool. Could be wrong on that one, but I like to believe that that's the case. Stephen Brady said Klopp will be remembered in the same way as Shankly and Paisley. No doubt, buddy, no doubt. And there's still, let's not forget, 4 more years of Klopp to come with that contract extension. What's about GINI? He's going to be signing a new deal by the looks of it, mate. Check WhatsApp, said Crosby. Oh, I do love a little Crosby WhatsApp message. Oh, there he is. He hasn't gone fully bald though, Mourinho. He's pussied over it a little bit there. So that's a blade 2 at best, Mourinho. You need to get the fucking bick out, mate, and get yourself an L proper skinhead like Craig here. Hit me up, Jose. I'll tell you how to do it, mate, without cutting your head and all. It's really easy. But yeah, that is mad. Fair play to him. What did Matthew Upson say about Liverpool? Are we going back here? He said that it probably... Again, I don't want to put words in his mouth. Do you know what? I have a tweet about this, mate, so I'm going to get the exact quote, because I don't like to misquote people. So if I'm going to talk about Matthew Upson, I really want to get the right... Exactly what he said. So bear with me 2 seconds, because I did tweet about this the other day. So I'm going to go back through and find the tweet. Right, where's the Matthew Upson one? Right, so Matthew Upson was asked by Jeff Shreves on the debate on Sky, are you pleased that Liverpool went through? And his reply was, I think it would have been good to see them pay a price for it. I don't think that it would have been a bad thing for the FA Cup. and he was talking about Liverpool potentially getting knocked out. Now, my answer to this was, pay a price for what? What the fuck are we paying a price for here, Mr. Upson? And I don't know Upson. I don't want to have a go with him. But what are we paying a price for here? Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool players were on a Premier League scheduled break. They asked for a winter break, they were given a winter break, and they were told not to play any friendlies or do any money spinning activities, and to just have an actual winter break. So that's exactly what Jurgen Klopp and his players did. Then the FA Cup replay came about because obviously we couldn't get past Shrewsbury in the first game, so a replay came, and that replay was slotted in during this period where Jurgen Klopp and those Liverpool players were on a break, gone full on friends there. So what did he do wrong? Pay a price for what? I've seen people, I think Danny Mills on Talkshite said that he wanted to see Jurgen Klopp jet in for the game, spend 4 hours there, and then jet back off wherever the fuck he was. Why? Why exactly? Does he not think that Jurgen Klopp has been in contact with Neil Critchley? That Jurgen Klopp and Neil Critchley know exactly what's going on, and that Neil Critchley is good enough to get that job done, which of course he did. So again, people are just looking for any excuse to go in on Liverpool Football Club. You see the Accrington Stanley chairman come out and have a dig as well. Everybody was fucking praying that Liverpool didn't get through that FA Cup game. But Neil Critchley and those kids, they had a different opinion on things. They went out there and they got the job done, represented the club fantastically. So to everyone that wanted to stick the boot into Liverpool, and to everyone that's still having a sly little dig about it, just drop it. Just get over it. What the fuck has it got to do with you fuckers anyway? What Liverpool do? Liverpool got through in the Cup. Let's not forget that. Liverpool basically had to sacrifice the Carabao Cup because of this shithole scheduling situation. It's like, oh, Liverpool went and won the Champions League. Congratulations, Liverpool. Went and won the Super Cup. Congratulations, Liverpool. Liverpool then get to go and represent the Premier League at the Club World Cup. What do? They only go and fuck us over because we're still progressing in the Carabao Cup. They make it out so it's almost impossible for us to still play in that competition. But even then, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool Football Club and the owners, they bent over backwards to make sure that we were able to put a team out in the Carabao Cup. And they went and they got beaten by Villa, and congratulations to Villa. And Villa are in the final. Well done to Villa. They got past Leicester, and it's all tickety-boo for them. But Liverpool got punished. Now, remember when Ajax got to the semi-final of the Champions League? If my memory's correct, the Eredivisie took 1, if not 2 weeks of a break for Ajax to allow them to prepare for that. Sometimes it just feels like the English FA and the Premier League don't do enough to support successful clubs. Let's not forget, Liverpool were over there representing the Premier League and representing UEFA as the champions of Europe. And they went over there and they won the competition for the first time in our club's history, and is only the second English club to lift the Club World Cup. And we get punished for it in the Carabao Cup. And then it came around to the FA Cup, and managers have fought long and hard to get this winter break. And the Premier League still have it in a way that they get football right the way through. So half the clubs play 1 week, then the other half play the next week, and it's staggered, and there's a winter break of sorts. And they were told, don't go and play any money spinning friendlies, don't go and arrange anything, have your winter break. Unless, of course, you get into a replay in the FA Cup, in which case the FA wants you to play in this scheduled break. Now, it is important to point out that it is the FA Cup and it's got really nothing to do with the Premier League, but at the same time, it should be in the English FA's interest for English clubs to do well. Should it not? Should it not? I believe so. Look, I'm a very simplistic person. I mean, there are people far more qualified than I to talk about this subject, but I'm talking about it from a fan's perspective. I feel like Liverpool Football Club got punished for being successful, and it won't stop with us, and it hasn't only been us. United were put in a predicament years ago as well, and it may happen to another club down the line. There you go. King Klopp was in contact with the manager the other night, said Ian. I've no doubt that he was, buddy. I've absolutely no doubt that he was, and that they were fully set up. Fuck 'em, said Vinny O'Brien. Another one for them, Craig. The whole argument, what a club equals one team of players, is a medieval one. Like all Liverpool players have to be born Liverpudlians. This annoys me. So often at times, I'm not having to go at you, Rod. Love you, buddy. Often at times, and I'm sure most of you guys on here don't get to go to every Liverpool game. Would I be fair in making that assessment? Some of you get to go. Some of you get to go to the occasional one like us. But to be called a half a fan or a blow-in or whatever you want to call somebody who doesn't get to go to games because they weren't born in the city. Some people, very, very small amount of people, try to belittle you because you weren't born in the city. So because my mother didn't give birth in the city of Liverpool, I've got no right to support Liverpool. Well, let me ask a question to those people who are that narrow-minded. Do you only listen to musicians that come from the city of Liverpool or whatever city it is for the club you support? Do you only watch TV shows that were made in that city with actors that came from that city? How do you feel about people not from that city representing you on the pitch? Is that okay? Because they're being paid to do it. So you'll turn a blind eye and be a fucking hypocrite when it suits. But when you're trying to belittle people that support the club from a distance or they can't go to every game, it's alright to say you're not from the city, you've no point in doing it. Fuck you. That's my answer to each and every one of them. Fuck you. Don't tell anybody what they should feel, who they should like, how they should support the club, if it's okay for them to support the club, how long they should support the club. It's none of your fucking concern. The fact that you happen to fall out of your mother's vagina inside the city that you support is brilliant. And we well, fair play to you. Well done. If anything, you fuckers have it easier to go to games, so what are you complaining about? It's us fans from around the world that watch from afar. Fans in America that get up at 4 a.m, drive to bars to meet up with other supporters clubs. People in Australia that have to go in and get to a pub before 11 p.m, before the pub shuts its doors for a game that might start at 1 or 2 a.m. People in other parts of the world that make tremendous sacrifices. People who make a lifelong pilgrimage, save their entire fucking life savings to come over from far-fetched to go to Anfield to watch one game. You mean to tell me that they've no right to support Liverpool Football Club? Who the fuck are you or anybody to tell people who they should and shouldn't support, or that they can or cannot support a club? I'm all for people getting behind their city. I'm all for people being proud of where they're from. Of course, I'm a proud Irishman. I absolutely love my country. But if you mean to tell me that I couldn't tell somebody that they couldn't support Bohemians or Shamrock Rovers because they're not from Ireland or they're not from Dublin, no. Sorry, that shit doesn't wash anymore. That is the argument of somebody who has no fucking argument. That is the argument of somebody with no substance, somebody with no intellect, and somebody without the physical and mental capabilities to actually stand there or sit there and pick holes in somebody's argument. You have no fucking argument. You have no excuse. You are a moron if that is your go-to. That's my view on it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of people being belittled. We set this channel up to bring people around the world together. People who felt a little bit maybe marginalised. People who felt a little bit disenfranchised. People who felt like their opinion didn't count and they didn't have a voice. You have a voice. And we love to hear your voice. And we love to hear your opinions. And we love to know where you're from. Supporter from Syria there, Dana in the chat. That's fucking beautiful, mate. And it is a pleasure to be here talking with you. And Rod in Australia. And Liz in America. And other people in the UK, people in Ireland, people all around the world. Don't you ever let anybody tell you that you have no right to support Liverpool Football Club, or that your support of this football club is less or doesn't mean as much as anybody else's. Just tell them, as the emoji states, fuck them. Don't let anybody belittle you motherfuckers, because we love you and we know what that support means. I've seen firsthand the sacrifices that people make to get up early to drive. When we were in America, we were talking to the supporters clubs over there. We met up with the Tampa Bay Liverpool Supporters Club, and I know the sacrifices that those guys make. I know the sacrifices that supporters clubs all around the world make. Coming together, spending money, getting merchandise made, paying for their memberships, hoping one day that they might get a chance to go to Anfield to watch the Reds, hoping that maybe they get to bring their kids to Anfield. I was lucky enough to bring my daughter there when she was about 8, which was 7 years ago, and I'm looking forward to the day that I get to bring my son there. Although he'll probably have to wear his ear defenders when he goes, but it's something I'm extremely passionate about. It's something that is the reason we really started to do this shit, because we felt like that there needed to be a voice for people around the world and a community. I mean, don't get me wrong. Let's look at the Anfield Rap and Redmen TV. Born and bred Scousers. Amazing product, amazing channels, and they reach out and they absolutely welcome in people from all around the world, because they're top lads, each and every one, top lads and top ladies, absolutely wonderful people. But there's just a small amount, and this is where I think it comes from. As Liverpool fans, we're fortunate in some ways. We're fortunate that we get to support this amazing club, be part of this amazing movement, this amazing family. But we're also in a situation where tickets are like fucking gold dust. Anfield is the size that it is. And the waiting lists have been there. You can't get on a wait list to get a season ticket. You can't get on a wait list to get on a wait list to get a season ticket. So it's really difficult. And what happens then is fans turn on each other, unfortunately, out of these frustrations. And local fans might feel that it's some local fans might feel that it's fans coming in from far and abroad that are taking those tickets. But fans from far and abroad are thinking, well, we've saved up our life savings, or we've saved a long time to come over here and watch this game. And we've paid through the nose for it as well. We paid travel agency fees, flights, hotels. And you know what? When you also book to go over and watch Liverpool a little bit in advance, if you're paying for flights and you're paying for hotels, you're also running the risk that that game gets moved. And it's happened to me. I know it's happened to many of you guys as well. So all I'm saying is, if you're a local fan, or if you're a fan from fucking Timbuktu, your opinion is as valid as each other's. Don't turn on each other. We've a lot to be thankful for. We've a lot to be grateful for. And there's more stuff that brings us together. And more stuff that brings us closer than there is that should be driving us apart. So enjoy the Reds. Enjoy this 30 years of hurt that's about to come to an end. Enjoy each other. And don't let the fuckers get you down. There's too much to be happy about, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what I mean? We're going on fucking hot mic, bitches. If that doesn't make everybody happy, then I don't know what will. You're going to get to hear me full on swearing in your televisions around your gaff. Do you know what I mean? Fun. Right, I think I've hogged the microphone long enough. Let me hand it back over to you guys and see what it is you guys want to say. Let Jurgen drink Smirnoff and relax. I think, and there is no pun intended or no joke intended here, but Klopp seems to like a Corona. If you see any of the older images and stuff of him on his holidays, he seems to have an old bottle of Corona in his hand. We are one, said Brian Kelly. Exactly. Ibrahim said, Craig, you know what? If Salah scores at least one every 3 Premier League games until 96 games, he'll be the fastest ever Liverpool player to reach 100 Premier League goals. Fucking love Mo. I love Mo. I'm originally from Gibraltar, said MKR. Gibraltar, excuse me. Met a few Liverpool players when I was 6 and they were on holiday. Been supporting them for 45 years. And you're probably like me and everybody else, mate. Your week and your weekend revolves around the Reds. What have we got? Kate said, we are Liverpool, tra-la-la-la-la. We are Liverpool, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. We are Liverpool, tra-la-la-la-la. We're the best football team in the land. Yes, we are. Poets. I'm not going to go through the rest. Nobody wants me to go through the rest. As a Welshman, God bless you, my friend, said Barney. Right back at you, buddy. Lots of love to you. Casper, any stream tomorrow night? No. I did promise you guys that I was going to take some time off. So the way I've structured it is I've taken 2 days off. I'm streaming tonight. I'm going to take another couple of days off. And then from Monday, we'll be right back every day as always. When Klopp and the boys were having a bit of a break, I thought, hey, why not have a bit of a break ourselves? Ladies and gentlemen, one favour to ask. If you're enjoying the stream and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do so. Give us a thumbs up as well and keep your comments coming. If you have signed up to be a member tonight, there's a couple of people who have signed up. Welcome. Great to have you with us. If you haven't, that option is available to you. There is a link in the description below. There should be a little button as well beside your subscribe button. And Connor will probably drop a link into the chat as well if anybody does want to sign up and become part of Mi Familia. Waited long enough for this one, said Liverpool 1, 2, 3. 30 years, mate. 30 years. This old Irish asshole was 8 years of age the last time Liverpool won the top division of English football. Imagine an 8-year-old me. And what's poetic about it is, I have an 8-year-old son now. And he's going to be 8 when Liverpool win the Premier League, which is beautiful. But let's hope that he doesn't have to wait till he's 38 to see the Reds do it again. What are you going to be doing with your other channel, said Vinny O'Brien. Watchalongs. Vinny, mate, watchalongs of other games that aren't Liverpool related. So, I'll give you an example. Let's say the Champions League comes around and Liverpool are playing on a Tuesday night. Well, then I'm going to do a game on the Wednesday night, whatever the pick of the game is, whatever the best game of that is. If Liverpool are playing on a Saturday, then I'll pick a game from Super Sunday, and we'll do that on the other channel. Maybe we do a game from the Bundesliga. Maybe we do a game from Serie A, La Liga, the Europa League. Nah, fuck the Europa League, actually. It doesn't matter. We'll pick whatever the biggest games are, and we'll cover them and crack on, and we'll do the same commentary, albeit without the Liverpool bias involved, but definitely with the same level of humour and the same level of bad language, probably. Any watch along in the Euros in the summer? Yes, Casper, mate. That's what we're going to be doing with crack on. Probably going to launch that in the summer for the Euros. Seems as good a time as any to trial it out. So, if you haven't signed up to our second channel, there is a link in the description as well below, and Connor has just dropped it in there. If you want to search it, it's called Crack On, Coraicon, and it's a kind of a double barrel name because it's Craig and Connor squished together, and it's also, well, some of Craig and Connor squished together, but it also means crack on, as in, like, get the crack on. Do you know what I mean? What's the crack? So yeah, we like it. We like the name. We hope you guys will come and give us a bash over there as well. Don't forget to check us out on Hot Mic when it's coming. But don't worry, this stream isn't over yet. We've about 20-25 minutes left to go. So keep the comments coming, ladies and gents. What do you want to talk about? One subject, actually, that we haven't talked about, and I don't think I've seen it in the chat, unless I've missed it. Premier League clubs have voted to close the summer transfer window back to 5 PM on September the 1st, in line with the rest of Europe, which I think is great news. But I want to know what you guys think about it. Do you guys agree that Liverpool and the rest of the Premier League have done the right thing in voting to move the window back to the 1st of September? Or do you think that it should be closed before the Premier League season kicks off? Brian said, defo do Europa League, laughing at Manchester was great crack. It is, Brian, but I mean, there's the standard of football to think about, buddy. Do you know what I mean? Kate said, 40 before the end of the season, please, Craig. Don't change when you're raking it in. Adopted scouts are just like every Liverpool fan. I couldn't change, Kate. Honestly, I'm the type of fucker that if I won the lotto, I'd be driving around in my Aston Martin and still jumping out in my Adidas tracksuits. You know what I mean? I'd never change, except for the Aston Martin. You know, man, you know what I mean? You gotta have it like that, or the Volvo XC90, which you guys know is my dream car, really. What have we got? I can't pronounce your name, mate. Is it Oh Boy No Thim? Oh Boy Nothing? I'm on board anyway. Welcome, buddy. LJW said, very good. You should get John Bishop on the show. Why? I don't know. Oh, we have a special guest coming up, by the way, ahead of the Atleti Champions League game. Will I tell them who it is, Connor, or won't I? I'll let Connor decide this time. It's all set up and all. Maybe I'll let Connor decide whether I should or shouldn't tell you. Did I tell the people in our... No, I didn't tell the people in our Ultras group either. Yeah, I'll let Connor decide if I should tell you or not. What do I do with another channel? Exactly what I've just said there, Dana, mate. We're going to be covering other games that aren't Liverpool related. So if you've seen the watch-alongs that we do on here, we're going to be taking those watch-alongs and bringing them to crack on. And we may even go into other sports. I might start doing boxing as well on there. We might start doing the occasional video podcast on there as well. Crack On is going to be everything that's not Liverpool related, basically. So it's going to be us having a bash and commenting on other games. I want to get into boxing at some point as well, because I'm a huge boxing fan. Yeah, so that's the plan. And I hope you guys, and I'm sure you guys will come over there and support us as well. I'm starting to jib Twitter a little bit, by the way. I'm starting to do less and less and care less and less on there, because I find that I've come off here and I'm absolutely flying and I love it and I'm enjoying myself. And as much as I love my friends on Twitter, I find if I read through the timeline, there's a lot of anger, and it makes me angry, and I don't like feeling angry. I get angry enough when I'm watching football, so I'm gonna try and tone down, which is why I want the Discord group to take off as well, because that allows me to interact in a different way with people who, you know, whose opinions I probably mirror. You're looking at a pre-owned Volvo XC60, said 4Cat Mama. Nice. I drive a 2011 Renault Megane Estate, 9 years old, but she's still doing the work. She's still going grand. I can't afford to change it, so it is what it is. But yeah, 2011 Renault Megane Estate, and not a bother over. She's doing grand. Can you do a comedy channel? Manchester. Do an American football game for a laugh. God, Liz. Oh, I watched the Super Bowl, and I do watch the occasional NFL game. And I think I know most of the rules, Liz, but yeah, God. You never rule that out, though, Liz. Do you know what I'm saying? Never rule that out. So, like Goldbridge does, yes, only better, because I'm better at it. So, yeah. Mark Goldbridge has so many talents. He is so funny. He's very charming, and he does a lot of great stuff. But nobody will tell me that Anfield Agenda do not do the best watch-alongs of any fan channel that exists. And that's it. I mean, I don't give us much credit for anything, but fuck me, we do the best watch-along. We do. And that's just a fact. I'm sorry. Yeah, call me arrogant, call me pig-headed, call me what you want. I give everybody else credit for all the things that they do amazingly well. And Mark Goldbridge is a fucking don when it comes to this stuff. Mark Goldbridge is absolutely top of the tree. But when it comes to watch-alongs, ain't nobody does it better. Nobody. We run watch-alongs as far as I'm concerned. And long may that continue. Joanne, I've seen the Jose Mourinho thing. Connor sent me a picture on WhatsApp of Mr. Bald Jose Mourinho. Craig badass driving an estate. Yeah, an old one as well. Cape Town Muslims. You know what I mean? It needs a fucking wash as well, to be fair. What's my favourite swear word? Cunt. Has to be. It's the most beautiful word. And I know that word offends so many people around the world, but in Ireland, it's a word that we can use to empower people. We can use to, of course, belittle somebody. We can use to have a laugh with somebody. Or we can use to compliment somebody. It's my favourite word, bar none. I absolutely love it. Yeah, you did ask. What else we got? I'm driving my way home from work. Had to stop at the bus stop. I almost drove off the road when I started to sing. Mate, I start to sing a lot, so be careful driving. That's all I'm saying. What's this? Vinny said, watch the bit of Goldbridge stuff. You're better. Laugh though. He's too serious. Look, Mark, you're only ever going to get compliments from me from Mark Goldbridge because I like Mark. Yeah, Mark's a lovely fella. The United stand, for all its Manchestery faults, they do great stuff over there, and I'm only ever going to be complimentary about Mr. Goldbridge because I like Mark Goldbridge. But I think it's alright to back ourselves as well. Joshua said, how do I upgrade to Ultras? That is what we call in the business, Joshua, a Conor Crosby question. So there are people in the chat who have upgraded their memberships. Maybe they'll be able to help you out there. Or Mr. Crosby can help you out. I haven't got a clue, mate. Honestly, don't know. Just tuned in. What's Klopp's record? No problem, Desert Man 1962. Jurgen Klopp has broken yet another Premier League record by being named Manager of the Month for a record 5th time, buddy. And there's still time to add more to that. So, yeah, congratulations to Kloppo on that 5th Manager of the Month award. And hopefully there's many more to come. Dave Sweeney said, got 2 cases of Carlsberg for Christmas, but I was sick, so I didn't get around to drinking them. We're looking towards the end of the season now, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and we're trying to figure out if there's any way that we can have an Anfield Agenda virtual end of season party on here. And I don't know how that's going to work, and fuck me, I don't know how we're going to do it, but somebody suggested it to us by email, and off the top of my head I can't remember who that person was, but how fun would that be if we got you guys to maybe send us in little clips of you guys celebrating, or photos of yourselves with your loved ones celebrating, and we did a bit of a slideshow as we're doing the stream or something like that. I think a virtual party would be cool. I really do think it would be cool to give everybody a chance to celebrate together, because I remember when we won the Champions League, we rang Far Isle, who's over in Orlando, and well, he's not actually in Orlando, he's outside of Orlando, but he's in Florida, and we rang him, and it was lovely to be able to share that moment with him as well. So maybe a bit of a virtual end of season party would be pretty cool, where we could bring everybody together, bring a few people in, a few regulars, maybe like Rod, maybe like Far Isle, bring a few people in for a little video chat, and do an extra long stream where people can send us in their images and we can upload them live. Well, I say live, we'll obviously have to go through and make sure that they're not too obscene. And little bits like that, little clips that we can bring together, and as I said, we always want to create a family atmosphere on here. So yeah, that was a great idea from somebody, and if we can find a way of doing it, I couldn't think of a more fitting way to celebrate Liverpool winning the Premier League than a virtual party with you fuckers on here. Do it at the Villa game. Well, I'll be at the Villa game, so don't think I'll be able to do it there. Craig, I have 2 kids, what an amazing time, but Reds are my 3rd child, said Liverpool 1, 2, 3. Rod thinks it's a great idea. Did you mention that you do a live show place around Ireland that could be organised? Yes, we are looking for somewhere to do it, Vinny. We're definitely going to want to do a live show at the end of the season in Ireland. We just need a venue, and we need to make sure that we can get the bodies there. Now, of course, it's going to be something we're not going to be charging any money for. It's just going to be a meetup, with maybe a live podcast or a Q&A session or something like that. But if you're a part of a Liverpool supporters club and you'd like to have Anfield Agenda there, hit us up. We really do want to do something at the end of the season, whether it be Cork, Belfast, Dublin, Wicklow, Wexford, wherever it might be. If you've got a supporters club or you run a bar or a venue and you want us to come along and have a celebration. Why not? I'd love an end of season party in Ireland. I absolutely would. The English were at a disadvantage when it was trying to complete transfers, so change is good, said O'Neill Padilla. I think so, mate. I think it's the right thing to do. I know I glossed over that, so I'm going to circle back around to it now. The transfer window, ladies and gentlemen. So it has been moved that it will close on the 1st of September at 5 p.m. in line with the rest of Europe. Good idea or bad idea? I'm going to put it to you guys now because I know I've ranted and raved long enough. How about a meet-up, said Stannis Rex. That's what we're trying to do, buddy. But it will be in Ireland this summer if we're going to do it, to be fair, because I have a lot on family-wise. We want to try and do something where we go further afield, maybe October, November time, but at the end of the season I'd love to do something in Ireland. What's our next game? Norwich, Kylian, Norwich, mate. Norwich, 5:30 next Saturday. I think that means 5:30 means it's on Sky Sports, I believe. Dan said, great idea. Don't forget, Craig, you promised to stream in a bar at Mankini when we win the league. I didn't. I did say I would do a forfeit and I would let you guys vote on what said forfeit would be. I think I said if we won a double, but maybe I did say the league. Either way, me making a show myself, no problem. Far Isle's threatening to fly over for this meetup, so there you go. And you know, Far Isle, if you do come over, buddy, you're staying with us. Sabrina, we've already discussed this, myself and Sabrina. If you come over, you're staying with us over here, buddy. No putting you up in a hotel, none of that shit. You're coming into our house and you're staying here. Brian said Waterford. Absolutely, mate. If we can get enough bodies, a venue and a supporters together, Waterford is as good a place as any. You can party at my house, beers in the fridge, said Rod. Bit of a long way to go though for the party, mate. Let's say we went down the Champions League, would I prefer over 101 points in the FA Cup or over 101 points in Invincibles? Trophy. 101 points and the trophy, Chris, for me. Always. If there's any chance of a trophy, that supersedes everything else for me. Because at the end of the day, trophies are what we want. Trophies are how success is judged. Invincible is great, but if we're already getting the 101 points and you offer me the FA Cup over Invincible, I'm taking the FA Cup, mate, because a trophy's a trophy. 4Cat Mama said, I've got £30 of lobster tails and crab claws in the freezer for the big win. Nice. Celebrating like a boss, I like it. Will we be doing a meetup in Belfast, said Harrison? Whatever city, mate, we can get a venue and the people, we're open. So hit us up. You've got our email address. If you run a bar or you run a supporters club or you run a venue and you want to have us there, maybe we can do a little bit of a sing-song. Maybe we'll get somebody with a guitar in. Maybe we'll do a live Q&A. Maybe we'll do a watch-along of the game together and then we'll do a live show afterwards. Whatever it might be, we're absolutely open to it. So AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com, AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com. Hit us up on there. I think the transfer window thing is good for Premier League clubs, but Liverpool usually get any business done quickly, said John. The thing is though, John, this is why I think it's a good idea. So, let's say Liverpool had an interest, or let's say Kai Havertz was on the market, okay? So Bayern Munich wanted to go and sign Kai Havertz, but they knew that Liverpool were perhaps interested, or Manchester City or another Premier League club. They can play a waiting game, or they could have played a waiting game until the Premier League window closed, and know that they still had 3 or 4 weeks to go and get Kai Havertz. And now they could go and get Kai Havertz without the Premier League money breathing down their neck. So they could probably get him at a cheaper price. Also, it allowed other clubs to come in and destabilise Premier League clubs whose season had already started. And people could come in and nick one of their players, leaving the managers no chance to come in and get a replacement. So there's two sides to that one. So in theory it was great that once the league started, there was no more incomings, no more outgoings until the January window. But it soon became apparent that Premier League clubs were being put at a disadvantage by doing this. So I think it's the right thing to do. Will they be bringing in Mbappe? I don't think so, mate, no. Who was that? Nicole? I don't think so, Nicole. Beers on Craig for the end of season. Right, I'm going to repeat this, Scotty. I drive a 2011 Renault Megane estate, mate. I ain't shitting money. I can promise you that one. So, absolutely not beers on me at the end of the season, mate. Absolutely not. Do a Redmen co-op match reaction video after the Villa game. I reached out to Redmen TV on Twitter. I sent them a message saying that very thing, that we're coming over for the Villa game. Would they be interested in doing a bit of a collaboration for that? And in fairness, they probably didn't see the message. Or, I don't know, well, I can't assume anything other than I haven't heard back and they may not have seen the message. That's all I can say. But I did take the time to reach out, but they didn't reply. And look, they're busy dudes, I understand it. Or maybe they just don't like us. Either way, it's absolutely their preference to do whatever they like. And whatever happens, whether we ever do or do not collab with them at any point, I'll always be a fan of what they do and like Redmen TV and Anfield Rap and those other guys because they make amazing content. Farrell said, I have friends to stay and play for the duration of your trip. Absolutely you do, mate. Up for that, always wanted to go to Ireland. My mate's Irish too, supports Liverpool, said Diggers through red. Honestly, I would fucking love to be able to do a meet up with you guys at the end of the season in Ireland. He's lying, he has a Lambo, said Connor. I have a photoshopped image of me in a Lambo, alright, that you made for me, Crosby. John Cable said, I want the Invincible Centurion treble winning season, so there's absolutely no debate who's the best. Arsenal's Invincibles, Pep Centurions, or Fergie's treble winners. But maybe I'm greedy. Do you know what, John? It's alright to be greedy, mate. It's alright to be greedy. It's alright to dream. John Hamilton said, for the winner's party, make Connor's dream come true and go to NASA. I actually have a very funny picture of Connor in some NASA onesie when we were over in Florida last year, actually, but I'm holding that. Do you know, that's my ace up the sleeve card for in case he ever tries to embarrass me. I spotted Craig driving a Jag. Nah, you really didn't, mate. Honestly, 1.5 diesel 2011 black Renault Megane estate with a brand new NCT, I should add as well, and fully taxed and insured. Craig, can I join you on a podcast one day? On here, Casper? Well, we don't really bring anybody on, mate. Maybe the end of the season thing. As I said, we're going to probably get people on for a couple of minutes here or there for our end of season virtual party. So at that point, maybe, Casper, yeah. Craig drives a sleigh. Look at his nose, Rudolph. You have a spot on my nose right there. It's from blowing it so much because of the head cold. Ancelotti said he does not want Liverpool to win the league at Goodison. I understand it. Excuse me. Can you imagine how toxic that would be? I mean, it's all very well and good saying win the league at Goodison, but imagine how toxic an atmosphere that would be. I want Liverpool fans to be able to celebrate together when they win the league. So I would much rather it happen at Anfield. Surely you're coming to Anfield for the victory parade. Have you seen the prices of the hotels and stuff at Anfield in and around Liverpool for that? Connor Connor sent me a screenshot the other night that somebody had looked up, and it was like thousands, mate. So no, we're not. We're going to do it over here in Ireland, and we're going to try and bring people and celebrate with people over here in Ireland because it's getting out of hand, getting over for the end of the season. We were there last year for the last game of the season against Wolves. We were over in the city just in case. We also went over for the Boss Night gig before they headed off to Madrid, and that was amazing as well. But nah, mate, we're not going to go over. There's no point in me even trying to say that we will because it's too expensive. We can't afford it. We can't afford the accommodation costs that you're looking at as well for it. So yeah, it'll just be a massive, unfortunately, no on that one. Liverpool 123 said, great content, Craig. Anything Liverpool can't be bad. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Ancelotti said there are other places for us to win it, not Woodison. Sounds like a challenge. Just be a hobo for a night, said Benjamin. Yeah, I could do, mate, but I'd still rather do something over here. Well, not rather, just more likely to do something over here. Yeah, it's fucking crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. Just hire a camper van. And where am I going to park said camper van, John? Cape Town Muslim said, don't know about you guys, but he's sleeping on Bernadette's couch. There you go. Why not? Brian Kelly is sending a big hug from little old Liverpool. Big hug right back to Brian. Right, look, ladies and gents, is there anything else we want to talk about before we finish up tonight's stream? Don't forget we won't be back until Monday. And again, for those of you right at the end, don't forget we're going to be available for the Norwich game and any televised game from that point onwards on Hot Mic, which is a free app that you guys can download from the App Store, the Google Play Store, wherever it is that you get your apps from, or from their website. So go and check them out. It's really straightforward to use. What happens is you pick a game, let's say Liverpool versus Norwich or Norwich versus Liverpool. You click on that game and then you'll see a list of people who are doing the commentary on that game. You choose whichever one you want, which in this case will be Anfield Agenda. and then you press a sync button on your phone. Your phone listens to your TV or whatever device it is that you're watching the game on, and it knows automatically at what point to sync our commentary to your television or to your device. And boom, there you go. You get our commentary, so bang. Hot mic, H-O-T mic, hot mic. So we're going to be on there as well. We're going to be on there with Crack On, and all of our watch-alongs are going to be available on hot mic as well as, of course, on here, where we're going nowhere. Right, anything else you want to talk about before we finish up? You can park at my place, said Benjamin, with regards to the camper van. Thank you, mate. What a cool app, said Media Centre Man. It's an amazing piece of kit, mate. It really is a fantastic piece of technology. Redmen are already using it. The Anfield Wrap are using it. We're going to be on there using it as well. And as Mr. McGregor said, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over. And that's exactly the way we look at this. Will Hot Mic work with my wife, said Cape Town Muslim? I don't know. Maybe try and sync it up with your wife and see what happens. You never know. Stranger things have happened. Awesome time to be a Liverpool fan, said Mr. Bud. It's class. Do you know what? I feel like I can keep going. I'm in fine form tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I always set myself a 1 hour and 15 minute target for the streams. And then I usually cut off. But I'm in a fucking cracking mood. And I'm really enjoying these conversations. John said, do you have an Anfield Agenda promo code or are you getting one? We're getting one. We're just in the midst of setting things up now, mate. And once we get the code, we will be able to share it. But it was only signed off on today. So yeah, we're in the midst of getting that sorted out. As soon as we have a code, as soon as we have a unique ID for us, bang, we'll send it to you. Because when you sign up with our code, we will, of course, get a few quid from it, which is great as well. Win-win. Free for you, free for us. And people that come on and watch us and sign up help the channel out as well without having to put their hand in their pocket, which is amazing. Craig's live commentary of people's home lives. Now there's a quality content idea. Yeah, I often wonder what my life would be like if a camera followed me around 24/7 or if I was hooked up to a mic 24/7. Christ, I'd get into some trouble, you know. Some of the shit that comes out of my mouth at home. Stay on all night, Craig, said Liverpool 1-2-3. Honestly, I'm in absolutely flying form. Who do I think will win the Euros? Ooh, I tell you, it won't be England. I'll tell you that much. They'll do the usual. They'll go in, they'll be hyped up, they'll be talked up. Something will happen beforehand. There's usually a bit of a drama, isn't there, before England head off to a major tournament. Some player will be seen walking past a bottle of wine in the supermarket or something, and there'll be a big hurrah around that one. I'm only joking about the England thing. I've no fucking idea who'll win the Euros. I don't really care too much for international football. We should do a documentary, a day in the life of you. You wouldn't be going very far, to be fair though, mate. It would just be me cursing, swearing, moaning, coming up with random vague ideas. I'm glad the players are having a break. They should be missing them already this weekend. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Not having Liverpool in action this weekend. But look, there is still football to watch, so I guess there is that. Connor said he'll be supporting the Netherlands if Ireland don't make it. I'll just be watching as a football fan. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of international football, but I watch obscene amounts of football. So if there's football on the TV, I'm watching it. Hendo and Trent will lead England to glory. Don't forget Gomez, Rafa. Don't forget Gomez, mate. Hendo shuffle for the Euros. Well, no, because isn't Sir Harold of Tottenham the English captain? Craig, I personally think you should do an Old Firm match, watch along and crack on. Could do. But people will probably be expecting me to have a massive bias because I'm Irish, whereas the truth is I couldn't give a fuck about Rangers or Celtic, so, and I don't do the whole sectarianism nonsense. I just want people to love each other and get along. So if I did a watch along of any game, it'd just be me giving my honest opinion on the game. No, I don't think Kane is missing the Euros, Connor. I think Jose Mourinho's come out and said that he expects Kane to be available for the last couple of Premier League games, so that would probably make him available for the Euros, then I would imagine. How's that spelt? The channel name? C-R-A-I-C-O-N. Crack on. And there's a link in the description below, mate. If you've any trouble, just have a look underneath the note to the stream here. There's a link there to our second channel. Who do I think will win the Euros? I don't know, mate. France? I don't know. Holland? Maybe Italy? I don't know. Italy put together a really good run in their group, didn't they? Sterling went off with an injury in City's last away game. Yes, the news on that, John, is that he's going to miss a couple of weeks, according to Guardiola. I don't know exactly how long, but Pep did come out and say that Raheem Sterling will be missing a couple of weeks because of that injury. I don't know how severe it is or anything else really about it other than that. Is there anything else that I've forgotten about? I talked about Adrian and Real Betis already. Talked about Adam Lallana. So yeah, I think I've gone through everything on my list anyway. Can also never rule out the Germans. Yes, you can't, Stephen, you're right. Don't mention the war though. I mentioned it once, I think I got away with it. Please tell me you got that reference, by the way, people. You just don't think I'm randomly saying shit. I don't remember if I told you guys about who's going to be our special guest for the Aleti game or not, and I don't remember if Connor said to go ahead and tell you or not, so I'll have to wait on that one. Thinking Kenny deserves a massive day to lift the Premier League trophy. Why? He's lifted many a trophy, mate. Kenny Dalglish has raised many a trophy above his head, so this is Jordan Henderson's moment, Jurgen Klopp's moment, the rest of those Liverpool players' moment. Faulty Towers, yes. Best 12 episodes of comedy. Well, maybe after Only Fools and Horses, but for just 12 singular episodes of comedic genius, Faulty Towers is brilliant. Do you think we should try and get Sané? I love Leroy Sané as a footballer, Blue, but there's no way Manchester City are doing business with us for Leroy Sané. You started it. No, I didn't. You invaded Poland. Yes, there you go. Faulty Towers. I knew you guys would get it. Well in. Mane ready for Atletico? Yes, I believe so. Cape Town Muslim. I believe he will be ready for the Atleti game. Danny Wanny 630 said, what's going on? Basel is the best. Right, Connor, what's the crack? Do I let them know or not? I'm still waiting for Crosby to give me the yay or the nay. You can't beat a bit of Only Fools and Horses. Oh, mate, I love it. I love it. I'm waiting for Connor. If I get the yay or the nay off Crosby, pressure on here, Connor. Looks like Depay is set to miss the Euros. Yes, that is unfortunate. Didn't he do his ACL, I think? You never like to see players picking up injuries and missing tournaments as well. I felt for Lanzini when he got injured as well before the last World Cup. Tell us already, said Cape Town Muslim. Vinny, how are you, sir? Just come on, I'm missing something if you're doing it from the bathroom. I have no idea what the fuck that's about, mate. If you need to go for a shite, just go ahead and knock one out. I never said you couldn't say. I was just assuming you didn't want to say until an actual time slot was scheduled. Oh, no, I was waiting to say. Right. So again, as Connor said, don't have a time slot scheduled just of yet, but I have had conversations with him. I'm delighted to say that before Liverpool play Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, it looks like we're going to be joined by my hero when it comes to this type of stuff. Graham Hunter is going to come on and have a chat with us ahead of the Atletico Madrid game. And if you don't know who Graham Hunter is, shame on you. If you do know who Graham Hunter is, then you'll know why I'm so excited. I was lucky enough to get a chance to interview Graham Hunter at the launch of La Liga TV recently, also Guillaume Balaguer as well. And I kind of kept in contact with Graham a little bit, and I asked him would he come on and do a preview of the Atletico Madrid game with us on the channel, and he said that he'd be more than happy to. So I'm fucking really excited about that. Really can't wait. No idea of exactly when it'll be. Obviously I'll have to check the man's busy schedule and find a time that works for him, but fucking delighted to be able to say that my idol, the man whose voice got me through so many iffy times, and yeah, the man who is a legend in this industry, Graham Hunter. Yeah, can't wait. Scotty said, well done Craig, smashing it, that'll be on stream. That's class. Saw you uploaded with them. Yeah, I mean, they often say don't meet your heroes, mate, but I tell you what, a nicer person I have never met. Graham Hunter is such a down-to-earth, lovely, warm, friendly human being. That is a proud Scotsman, an absolute massive Aberdeen fan, as you know as well. Funny guy and a Liga expert. He'll give a great insight into Atletico. Absolutely. Graham Hunter and Guillaume Balaguer were the voice of Spanish football, basically. If you watch Sky growing up, you watch Spanish football on there, you would have heard Graham Hunter and Guillaume Balaguer's voices. Graham Hunter is a proud Scotsman, as I said, a massive Aberdeen fan, but he's somebody that went to cover Spanish football when he was younger and never fucking left. Fell in love with it, stayed over there, and lives his life in Spain now, covering La Liga, on La Liga TV now as well. And yeah, I'm so proud to be able to get him on. I can't wait to have another chat with him. Craig, I haven't seen the unpopular 888 Sport interview on YouTube. Yeah, sorry, John, that's my bad. I assumed it was going to go on the YouTube channel. It isn't on the YouTube channel. I'm sorry, mate. The link to the Twitter page, could I find it in the 888 Sport TV and YouTube channel? Yeah, sorry, mate, that's my bad. I did say it was going to be on the YouTube channel. I should have double checked that first. They recently stopped putting the unpopular opinions on there for reasons that's, theirs, not for me to get into. But yeah, sorry, that 888 clip is on Twitter. So you can either check out the Anfield Agenda Twitter account or check out 888 Sports Twitter account and you will see my unpopular opinion. It's had 348,000 views, something like that. It's basically me saying that Paul Scholes doesn't belong in the Lampard-Gerrard debate, calling him a ginger Mark Noble, and saying that he's not fit to lace Henderson's boots. So yeah, if you have watched it, thank you. Finally, the fume has calmed down a little bit after days of being called a bald nonce, which is, par for the course, really, isn't it? Love that interview, said 4Cat Mama. Thank you. I was so proud to be able to sit down and do that interview with him. If you don't know who Graham Hunter is and why I'm so excited, check out our channel. There is a previous interview we did with Graham Hunter. It was at the launch of La Liga TV in London a few weeks ago. Get to sit down. The first 2 minutes of the video are a little bit darker because the lighting wasn't fully on in the stage. 2 minutes in, bang, the lighting comes on fully. But all the audio is absolutely sound on it. And yeah, you get a little bit of insight from Graham Hunter about Andy Robertson. Obviously, you get an insight about La Liga TV and you get an insight about Spanish football. But if there is one man that I want to come on and ask about Atletico Madrid and ask about what to expect and what Liverpool are up against, I couldn't pick a better person than Graham Hunter. So yeah, really looking forward to that chat. What else have we got? I'm delighted for you and everybody here. Can't believe he's coming on this beautiful channel, said Subi. Yeah, me too, mate. Absolutely delighted. 5th round against Chelsea. Play the kids, mixed team or first team. I think for me and Connor, mate, and I think we're both in agreement on this, I'd like to see a mix. A mix of maybe 6 first teamers and 5 youthful players, but I suppose a lot of it will depend on, or maybe it won't, maybe Klopp won't really care what team Frank Lampard puts out, but I would imagine that both managers are kind of going to try and second guess how strong the other one will go. They've talked about him on beIN Sports. Yeah, look, Graham is a broadcasting legend when it comes to football, mate. Yeah, I'm Graham Hunter's fucking biggest fan. The Graham Hunter Big Interview podcast, by the way, is absolutely amazing. If you haven't heard about it and you're into podcasts, go and check it out. The Big Interview with Graham Hunter. He's interviewed Virgil van Dijk. He's interviewed Jurgen Klopp. Gaza's been on there, I believe, as well, if my memory's correct. Glenn Hoddle. So many legends over the years. I mean, everyone who's anyone has been on Graham Hunter's podcast. It's amazing. What have we got? If West Ham get something the Etihad on Sunday, I might start thinking we could possibly make the top 4 this season. If West Ham get something on Sunday, I might start thinking, Rabadam, have I lost the plot, mate, or am I just not getting this? Or it was a sarcasm that I'm absolutely not getting. Mix it up. Chelsea can be got at home. And don't forget, there's no replays in the 5th round of the FA Cup, actually. This is do or die. You're in or you're out. You go through or you go knocked out. There's no replays from the 5th round. Vinny O'Brien's with the what the fucks. I don't know what that is, mate. They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. What the fuck? Who's your player of the season, Craig? Between Jordan Henderson and Sadio Mane, with a special mention for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, it's a tough one, that. Yeah, asked me this 3-4 weeks ago and I would have been nailed on saying Sadio Mane. But Hendo's been phenomenal. But one of those two for me. But what about you? Who's been your guys? Is that even a fucking sentence? Who do you people want to be our player of the season? Who's your player of the season for Liverpool, ladies and gents? That was substantial sarcasm. Mate, sometimes stuff just goes above my head, Ramadan, and you have to assume at all times that you're dealing with an idiot here with me, because it's pretty much true. And which is why I don't like text. It's why it's so hard to get the intricacies of human interaction across in text. And yeah, sorry mate, I should have gotten your sarcasm. I should know your personality by now. Right, Trent, VVD, Trent. Has to be Hendo or Mane, said Dave Sweeney. Hendo for Liverpool 1-2-3. Mane for media centre man. Hendo for Neil before Klopp. Virgil van Dijk for Benjamin. Love the Minamino song, said Casper. Minamino, here we go again. Why? Salzburg ever let you go. Minamino. Yeah, there you go. That's the song for anyone who doesn't know, by the way, to the tune of an ABBA song. What was the ABBA song? What was the fucking ABBA song? I keep forgetting the song because all I think of now is Minamino. What was the ABBA song? I don't fucking know. I can't remember. All I can think of is the Minamino song now. And I hate ABBA, so there is that as well. Van Dijk, what have we got? VVD by a mile, said Neil Anthony. Mamma mia. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Duh. See, I told you, you're dealing with an idiot here. Could be Gomez? No, I don't think so. Cape Town Muslim. He didn't play enough of the season for it to be Gomez. Let's not forget that the start of the season was Joel Matip's. VVD, same as next season as Stephen Booker. Sadio for Mark Henley. What else we got? The whole first 11 for Tom Boland. El Capitano for Ian Greenstreet. How can I hate ABBA? I was a DJ when I was younger, mate. And when you're doing weddings, and when you're doing 21sts, and when you're doing 40ths and 50ths, you get fucking sick of listening to ABBA songs by the time you're finished. Trust me. I had no viewpoint on ABBA before I started DJing. But by the time I was finished, Christ almighty, I was sick of listening to ABBA. Hendo for Brian. Hello, LFC Sean. How are you, buddy? VVD or Firmino for 4Cat Mama for Player of the Season. Yeah, it's interesting actually. There's more names being thrown around there than I thought. Brian said, I'm out. Promise. Is that a promise, Brian? I mean, it is written down. I'm taking this as your contractual obligation. So you're out. Brian's out. Out. He's out. If there was a big red X button there, mate, I'd be hitting it. Mane for Blue for Player of the Season. Oh, he's 100% out. Look, he's nailed it now. Connor, take this. Is nailed on now. Mr. Morrissey's gone. Just listen to Super Trooper. Or just listen and be a Super Trooper. Now that song's going to be stuck in my head, Bernadette. Thanks. Up the Reds. How are you, mate? Welcome. VVD for Casper for Player of the Season. VVD for Alex. Took me a while to understand Cape Town meant Cape Town and not captain. Same. Ramadan for ages. I was saying captain. And then he said, no, it's Cape Town Muslim. So it was Cape Town. Yeah, that's why I kept getting it wrong. Why do people think Salah's leaving? I've no idea, Roll. I've yet to see many conversations around Mo Salah leaving, mate. Mega Sting said VVD won it last year, hasn't missed a beat again this season. Mane will probably get his vote. Most teams have a spine. This team has two spines. Alisson, VVD, Fabinho, Bobby, Milner, GINI, Hendo, etc. Good point from Neil before Klopp. Gomez for LFC Sean. Mane for Scotty. Will you stop with the ABBA songs, you fucking torturous bastards? Oh, I hate you people. I hate you all. I hate you all with as much love as is possible to give out while still hating all of you for this ABBA nonsense. Keep it up, Craig. This is as good as the Red Men. Thank you. I appreciate that. Player of the Year, Slabhead. No, we're not talking about waste of money of the year here, Casper. We're talking about Player of the Year, mate. Mbappe to Liverpool. Can't quite see that happening, Kate. Can't see it happening, honestly. As much as I'd love to sit here and say it's going to happen, I genuinely can't see Mbappe to Liverpool happening. I would be so happy to be wrong, though. 3 best for Colin are Sadio, Bobby and Virgil van Dijk. I'm Tickety Boo, Kent Coastal Holidays, mate. How are you? How is Julie? How are things? No sympathy, that's what you get for hating on ABBA. On ABBA. ABBA? See, I can't even pronounce their name. That's how little I think about them. When I see ABBA, I think of the way the penalties were being taken. You know that ABBA system? That's what I think of when I see ABBA. That's how little their music means to me anyway. I honestly think we'll win the Champions League, said Glenn. I'm kind of starting to hope as well, Glenn, that we could, retain that Champions League trophy. It's not going to be easy, but it will take one hell of a teammate to knock us out of the Champions League, especially over 2 legs. Mbappe's just too much money. What else have we got? Skipping through all your ABBA bollocks, ladies and gents. I'm just glossing over all those comments. So if you want to waste your time writing the words, then that's for you to decide. Craig, talking about Salah, I actually got my Mo Salah top framed. Nice one, Scotty. Well in, buddy. Delighted for you. Great, just fed up with no Liverpool games. I get you, Carl. It's been hard, hasn't it? Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're gone an hour and 35 minutes now, so we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for coming on and having fun with us. Don't forget, keep an eye out because we're going to be doing our watch-alongs via Hot Mic as well lately. If you don't know what Hot Mic is, have a look on the App Store, go onto the website, check it out. You'll be able to sync up our commentary with your television coverage of the game, which is brilliant. So I'm looking forward to that. All of our coverage and all is going to be available on here, as it always is. We're not going anywhere. YouTube is our home. Thank you to everyone that signed up to become members of Anfield Agenda FC or Anfield Agenda Ultras. If you haven't done so already and you want to join the family, there is a link in the stream description below. There should also be a button beside your subscribe button as well. Thank you to everyone that signed up. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. Thank you to everyone that watches, comments, even if it's commented to call me a twat. Welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Your love and support means the world to us. I will chat to you good people on Monday, but make sure you've got those notifications turned on just in case, because if there's any breaking news or anything major happens, then you can be assured that I'll jump on here in front of the microphone and come and have a chat. So look, thank you to everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the new Premier League emoji as well that Connor's added for the members. If you do want to sign up, as I said, link in the description below. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your weekends and up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all. See you on Monday.